How's it going? Alrighty, so here we are bringing back the individual sign readings, or at least trying to, in the best way that I can. I know it's been really chaotic this year, starting off in January. Just had so much going on, and it was crazy trying to do the readings every Sunday, the all signs every Sunday, and then also work and be a mom and all this other stuff. So I know I've been promising to bring back the individual sign readings for quite some time, and here I am. I just figured, you know what, got to get up on that horse and do your thing. Just get it done. So here we are. I know I should be doing these at the beginning of the month, but this month got crazy and I was recovering from the virus last month, and so we're just doing a mid month this month. And we will be starting off the regular month rotation in August and then doing a mid month bonus reading to kind of, hit any spots that might have been missed in the original reading. Speaking of readings, the only way to book a personal reading with me is listed in the description box below. I will no longer be taking any requests in my inbox on any social medias. The reason for that is because I'm trying to eliminate any type of like cross contamination, because I know there's so many fake profiles that are out there that are claiming, that I'm soliciting readings to them. I would never ever do that. If you get a message from somebody offering you a reading or spell work or anything like that, it is not me. I've never done that and I never will. So the only way to schedule a personal reading will be to email me at the email address listed in the description box below, and we will go ahead and get you all set up and scheduled for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What else? There should be no new announcements going on other than every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I do a live all signs reading and the new tarot live on location, which I bring you guys along with me. And usually my fiance Fluff will be there, because he's and I are investigating a suspected haunted location, or just exploring something really cool, or enjoying ourselves out and about in the world. And we bring you along with us. And I've done a tarot reading at Universal Studios. That was my very first one and the latest one I've done. And this Tuesday evening, so it's Tuesday going into Wednesday, I will be live on location in San Diego, California, at the Campo de Santo Cemetery in Old Town San Diego, located just adjacent to the Whaley House, the very, very known and very well documented paranormally haunted location. That made no sense, but yeah, it's very well known haunted. It's on the historic registry for haunted locations, so it's a really really cool place to hopefully do a reading and see what kind of spirits we bring into the mix. It'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. But with that being said, Leo, this is your mid-month reading, and let's go ahead and get started. Don't mind me, I have small hands and it's hard for me to shuffle full size decks. Okay, Leo, what have we got going on for you this month? What messages have we got coming forward for our Leos? And by the way, these messages are general and for the collective, so they are not going to be extremely specific, although they may resonate highly with somebody. If you find that this reading does not resonate with you, you can go ahead and check your moon and rising sign, as those may better resonate with you. And also, if it ain't your week, it ain't your week. That's quite all right. You can check with the all signs readings later on tonight, or you can check back at a different reading. as these are timeless and they resonate, or they may resonate with you at a different time. Alrighty, so Leo, giving up the control, not letting something control you. Good energy, devil in reverse. So you could be moving along from a Capricorn, but right here it's showing me that your overall energy is not letting something control of you, breaking free of those bonds, or just kind of realizing at least that something has control over you. All right, you got the Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Five of Swords in the reverse, Page of Cups, the Moon card, the Magician in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. All righty. So, a lot of Cup and Sword energy. So, emotional, mental thought processes are very abundant in this reading, and you know you've got some shady, when the Magician in the reverse and the Moon card get together. That is some definite shady ass energy you got going on here, Leo. All right, so with the Queen of Swords in the reverse, I can definitely get that sense of like you are just done playing fair with a lot of shit. You've had some bad stuff happen to you. You've had people controlling you, and you're just kind of like, I've got to break free from this. I've got to just, you're not at any cost, and you're just kind of like, I'm not willing to filter myself or be a specific person for any specific body. I just need to be me and do me, and you want to be able to do you without restrictions, and basically, just unrestricted. That's what I'm getting from this. And you may be running, that energy may be less flattering to most people. It may not be the most couth or most balanced, but it's definitely the energy of like somebody who's been done and they're trying to liberate themselves past something. I totally get it. You're tired of people like walking over you, taking from you. You're like taking back your power here. Like, no more shady shit business is going on Leo's watch. So like, I've had it. You're tired of people that are coming up to you with like your basic, I want you but I don't want you. I want you for this and not that. They're not being as sincere. They're not stepping up to the plate the same way that you are, Leo. Like, those are the type of energies that you're kind of done with. You even found yourself even mirroring those energies, where you're like, fine, if they're going to play like that, I'm going to play like this. And sometimes that can happen for you, Leo. That can be in your wheelhouse to be that way. But at the same time, Leo, that like, it's not something that makes you feel good. It's not something that makes you feel in control. And Leos are pretty, you know, as much as you guys are you know, that fiery energy that's very, tenacious and things like that, at the same time, there is a almost heavier grounded energy about you that really speaks to the fact that you're like, you like to have that control. You like to know that you're, the flashy, most sought after person in the room, but you like having the control of that. And not having the control of that really, really shakes your core, Leo. And that's what I'm seeing right here. So, you need to get rid of the shady business. Don't play into the shady business, okay? And honesty and truth is going to be your sword and shield at this time and always. So, like I just said in the previous reading with Taurus, the Ace of Wands is your aha moment. Like, you're realizing shit. You're realizing that this stuff is not in your best interest. This type of energy right here is just not truly meant for you. It doesn't hold your greater good, and it doesn't hold it doesn't represent what you want to receive, and it also doesn't represent what you necessarily want to be giving. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify some things. So we're going to clarify this devil in reverse. Telling you, I need a bigger desk. I miss my big old desk. This one, it's cool because it's like one of them L-shaped desks, so I have room over there. But like, I need a big one for like table space. All right, so Judgment in the reverse. You're making quick judgments. Like, judgments that don't have any bearing, and it's been really difficult for you. You know, it's brought on a lot more heaviness. Like, but you're also tired of like having to deal with so much bullshit that you're willing to just make fast fiery decisions in order to just get away from certain energies. And that's what I'm seeing right here is you're trying to get away from this shit. And so you're kind of making those rapid fire type of judgments or judgment calls. So let's go ahead and clarify this Queen of Swords here. Right now you don't give a shit about like what the future is going to bring. You're just like, I just need to get the heck away from what is going on now. Like you're so focused on getting out of something. But you know what? Like you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. The clarifier has the Queen of Swords in the upright. Like this is temporary. This is temporary energy. This isn't really you with this Queen of Swords in reverse. You know, right? The Queen of Swords in reverse. She doesn't give a shit. You know, she's one of those quick to like beat your ass type energies, and she's not really giving a shit about like working on making things better or anything like that. She's like, I just need to do me, but the reason for that is because at your core essence and who you truly are as the Queen of Swords and upright, where you are like that sharp, pronounced, very mentally focused, very strong-minded person. And that's why this is all coming to be like that. All right. I do want to clarify this Ace of Swords to see what that kind of is. Let's see what this Ace of Swords is for Leo. You're just trying to get away from pain right now, but you know what? You're not being honest with yourself. You're not being honest with your communication to yourself, all right? Like, yeah, you want to have, like, you're so quick to want to get out of pain that you're willing to walk back into pain, all right? And being honest with yourself, you need to be honest about what causes the pain, what it brings you into these situations. You're not communicating that very well to yourself right now, Leo. Yeah, it's just because you're so fixated in the like breaking free that you're not paying attention to what that all means. There is a process for healing. There is a process for liberation. There is a process towards ascending to your better good and things like that. So, it's you got to pay attention to you, Leo. You got to pay attention to what brought you there, what is going to take you out of these situations, things like that. If you're in a relationship, a long-term relationship, this long-term, like I'm saying long-term as in like you've been together a while or you're engaged or married, this is something that had a lot of control over you, that really, really kept you landlocked, or, this could even be narcissism. This is narcissism. I'm seeing it right here. That you could have been in a relationship with a severe narcissist. This may very well also be you, all right? And you coming out of it, but we already talked about that. But if you were in the relationship with somebody who was narcissistic, perhaps you both have the narcissistic tendencies. But either way, if this person was narcissistic and you're like, I need to just get out and break free from mental focus and do me with this Ace of Swords, like, you're going to find out that this person that you were with isn't going to let go that easily. This person is going to drain you and knock you down to nothing, and that's what they've been trying to do this whole time. For those of you that are in the more casual dating situation, like, I just think that the people that you're messing with are just not, they're just not, they're in there for a good time, not a long time. They're not in this to, benefit from everything that life has to give. They're in it to like feel good about shit. Quick highs and eternal lows. And that's just something that you need to be honest with yourself about. Is this what I want? Is this the direction that I am going in? And how okay are you with it? Like, really? I know it's like the easier response is just to say, I'm fine with it. It feels good right now. Who cares? I'm going to do me. I'm going to do. Okay, that's great. But, is that the same mentality you plan on carrying, into your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond? How far is that going to get you? And there's some people that think it gets them really far. There's some people you can't help no matter how hard you try to help. Um, and that could even include yourself. So, Leo, sounds to me like you have a lot of internal, yeah, we're always an eternal work in and of ourselves, but internal work. All right. So let's go ahead and get some advice moving forward for you, Leo. So advice moving forward for Leos. Let's get a couple more shuffles. It's really overcast outside, and it's weird watching my light dim. Like normally I use, like during the day I use the natural lighting. I was gonna say outside lighting, but natural lighting. Um, because we run our air conditioning and stuff a lot in the summer where I'm at, and I try to conserve electricity as much as possible. They actually ask us to do that too, so I don't use as much lighting, and like it's very overcast, so the light, like the clouds will peek through, like the sun will peek through the clouds, and I'll have more lighting, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, it's kind of dim here. Anyway, so 7 of Cups to the Justice card to the Ace of Wands. All right, Leo. You got the on the bottom of the deck. You got the Strength card in reverse. So that's you and your just kind of not natural element here. All right. This is just like unbecoming of you because the Strength card is Leo. So when it's in reverse, it's like you're not at your utmost self. You need to look into what options are there for you. But, don't go into these options like just because they're there, you're going to take advantage of them. I'm going to try them all. No, you want to go into to your options looking at it in the sense of what is good for you, what it is you want, where it is you want to go, things like that. Just like what we talked about in our previous, the full reading. You know, you need to spend some time marinating with yourself. All right, you need to figure out where you want to go, how you're going to get there, and what you're going to do when you do get there. So, Ace of Wands, you've got some new fiery energy, all right? You need to go and do this. You need to do this for yourself instead of worrying about, you know, feeding those more carnal desires or temporary desires. You need to figure out the long-term stuff. You need to figure out what is good for you in not just today and tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, but in 10 years from now and things like that, and start applying yourself to those things. It's not like you're going to sit there and be like, all right, tomorrow I'm going to go work on my retirement portfolio, although you may, but it's something that, picking up, dropping bad habits that you don't want to carry over in the long term. Maybe quitting smoking, maybe lessening up on drinking, maybe, you know, lessening up spending, things like that. Starting to redevelop yourself in the habits that you want to take you forward. That's what I'm talking about, And, if that means being a better person in a relationship that you're in, maybe seeking some counseling, maybe just stop hanging out with the same group of people that are really, really overindulging you in these personality traits that aren't the better benefit of you. Things like that. Like, think about it. So, I think our messages for Leo have come through. And we're going to go ahead and pull out your numbers and letters and see if anything kind of makes sense for you this month, Leo. Alrighty. I had one person said they added all the numbers up and then like reduced them down to find their prime number for the month, and they used that towards their angel number. It was really cool. I mean, whatever these numbers represent to you, however you want to use them, whatever these letters represent to you, however you want to use them or apply them to your life, they're there for your benefit for this month. Alrighty? Okay, Leo. I want to thank you so much for spending these 20 or so odd minutes with me for your mid-month reading for the month of July 2022. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future videos or live streams with me. And also, please check out the links in the description box below. There's some really cool channels that you should probably check out, and, or not probably, most definitely check out. And I will be live later on this evening with your All Signs reading, and also coming to you this Tuesday night, live on location at the El Campo Santo Cemetery in Old Town San Diego. Be prepared for a wonderful night of, spiritual delight. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys stay blessed and take care, and I'll see you all soon.